Hello, Dr. Yubarafin Miranda, welcoming you on how to conduct a sample size calculator using software called GPower 3.1.92. It is a free software, so Google it. You will be able to retrieve it, download it, and install it in your system. Okay. As you can see, it's a very intuitive interface. Has a doctoral researcher or student, the last thing you need is another piece of software that's very hard to use. This one eliminates um, all of the complication as far as interface is concerned. Okay? There are two things which you must know prior to conducting the sample size calculation. One is make sure that you know which statistical test you are going to use. Very important. Second is ensure that you understand what your predictor variables are. Okay. You, at this point in time, more than likely, you already know which of your variables are the predictor variables and which variable or variables are your response variables. Very important to determine that before you actually arrive at this time. Now we are going to go ahead and conduct the actual test to determine what is the sample size that you need. Here under test family, you have several statistic tests. You have your F-test family. You have your ANCOVAs, your ANOVAs, your MANOVAs, some of your multiple linear regressions. Okay. Then you have your t-tests. And again, you have multiple statistic tests. Okay. For our purposes, we're going to be conducting a multiple linear regression. Okay. For this purpose, we're going to be using a linear multiple regression, a fixed model, single regression coefficient. We will select that, and then we're going to go to the input parameters. You can choose whether your test is going to be a 1 or 2 tails. Okay. The effect size, we can leave it at 15. Your error probability, that's your classical 0.05. The power, you can either choose 0.95 or you can go with 0.80. We'll go with 0.80. Okay. Power is pretty much, I think the simplest way to put it is a type of measurement that ensures that if you are going to accept a null hypothesis, or if you're going to reject a null hypothesis, then that rejection is done correctly. Okay. So 0.80, it's a good power number. It's been a classical one in research. Here are the number of the predictors. If you have three variables, okay, you don't put three variables here. Number three, you're only going to put your predictors. Usually those are the independent variables. For our purposes, we're going to use two, and then you are ready to determine what is your total sample size needed. You click on calculate, and voila, there it is. It gives you the numbers that you need. Okay. Your total sample size is going to be 43. Okay. Remember, the higher the power,